All right, let's consider this biology question. In which of the following groups of organisms do all the members have a sexual method of reproduction? Very good. So this type of question, we are going to consider each of the options one by one and see the one that best describe what we need. So let's start with option A. It said a green filamentous algae. A green filamentous algae. This is filamentous, not filament. So a green filamentous algae is the Spirogyra. Spirogyra. So Spirogyra is always made up of a filament. So now, Spirogyra can reproduce both sexually and asexually. So this asexual method of reproduction is a method called fragmentation. This is where the Spirogyra will split into different fragments. So each fragment will now develop into a new Spirogyra. That's asexual reproduction. Now, but the sexual reproduction is conjugation. We are not here to talk about that. So we can still go for this. Let's go for the next option. A flowering plant. Yes, flowering plant can reproduce both sexually and asexually. So for sexual reproduction, so through pollination. So but asexual reproduction is through vegetative reproduction. So that's asexual. Then talking about bird. Bird is an animal. So it belongs to kingdom Animalia. So it reproduces sexually. So A cannot be the answer because of this bird. Let's go for B. A toad. Yes, toad belongs to kingdom Animalia. So which is, in fact, it's an amphibian. So they reproduce sexually by fertilization. And they have external fertilization. They lay egg externally. So the fertilization is external. So because of the presence of toad, we don't even need to check other ones. So this is already wrong. Let's go for C. A flowering plant, tapeworm or ascaris, and a green filamentous algae. Flowering plant, we said it here that it can reproduce asexually. What about tapeworm? Yeah, tapeworm is an animal. So it reproduces sexually. So that's another problem here. So this is also wrong. So but green filamentous, so we cannot choose this because of the tapeworm. Let's go for D. Mucor or penicillium. Both belongs to fungi. So they are fungi. So looking at this, fungi reproduce asexually by spore formation. So they produce what we call spore. And this spore is usually produced inside a part, inside one of their parts called sporangium. So sporangium. So inside that sporangium, that's where we have several spores. So this spore will later develop, the sporangium will later get matured and splash. So other organisms will spread out and start developing. So that is mucor. So this one is asexual. What about a bird? No, bird is sexual reproduction. So this is wrong. Let's go for E. Let's consider amoeba. Amoeba is a protist. So, and is a lower organism. It can reproduce asexually through a method called binary fission. Binary fission. This is where a single organism will split into two daughter cells. So the two daughter cells will now develop into another amoeba again. So this one is binary fission. Though we have multiple fission too, but that doesn't occur in amoeba. Let's go for mucor. I've said it here before that mucor reproduces asexually by the method of spore formation. Then algae, which is green filamentous algae, which is Spirogyra. Spirogyra too can reproduce asexually by fragmentation. So it means all the members of option E, amoeba, mucor, and Spirogyra, they are all asexual. They reproduce asexually. So we can go for option E. Thank you. God bless you.